Imagine you're floating in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Below you lies an endless darkness. Sunlight disappears within the first few hundred meters. Beyond that point, the ocean becomes a world almost no human has ever seen. Temperatures drop close to freezing. The pressure is so immense that it could crush a submarine not built for the deep. It is a place where strange creatures glow in the darkness, where underwater mountains rise from the seafloor, and where scientists continue to discover new forms of life every year. But in the summer of 1997, something happened that shocked researchers around the world. Hidden deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, an enormous sound echoed across thousands of kilometers. It wasn't the call of a whale. It wasn't an earthquake. It wasn't an underwater explosion. The signal was unlike anything scientists had ever recorded before. They gave it a simple name, the Bloop. For years, nobody knew what had created it. Some believed it came from an unknown sea monster larger than any animal ever discovered. Others thought it could be evidence of a secret underwater civilization, or something that had never been seen by human eyes. But what was the truth? Today, we're diving into one of the greatest mysteries ever recorded beneath the ocean's surface. This is the story of the Bloop. The year was 1997. Scientists working for the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, had placed a network of highly sensitive underwater microphones, known as hydrophones, throughout the Pacific Ocean. Their original mission wasn't to search for sea monsters. Instead, these instruments were designed to detect underwater volcanic activity, earthquakes, and other natural events. Every day, enormous amounts of sound traveled through the ocean. Most of it was completely normal. Whales communicating across vast distances, ice cracking near Antarctica, underwater earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions deep beneath the sea. Then one day, something completely different appeared on their recordings. A single sound, extremely powerful, extremely unusual, and unlike anything in their database. The mysterious signal lasted for about 1 minute. Its volume was extraordinary. It was so loud that multiple hydrophones, thousands of kilometers apart, detected it at nearly the same time. That meant whatever had produced the sound had released an incredible amount of energy. Scientists replayed the recording over and over again. The sound slowly rose in pitch, then faded away. It didn't match whale songs. It didn't match submarine engines. It didn't match known underwater geological activity. For the first time in years, researchers were facing a mystery they couldn't immediately explain. The sound was given a nickname, the Bloop. The name sounded almost humorous, but behind that simple word was one of the deepest scientific mysteries of the decade. Soon, news of the discovery spread beyond research laboratories. Newspapers reported on the strange sound. Television documentaries began discussing possible explanations. The internet quickly filled with theories. Could there really be an enormous creature living somewhere in the unexplored depths of the Pacific Ocean? After all, humans have explored only a small fraction of the world's oceans. What if something gigantic had remained hidden all this time? The mystery had only just begun. As news of the Bloop spread around the world, scientists weren't the only ones searching for answers. The public became fascinated. If this sound wasn't made by a whale, if it wasn't caused by an earthquake, Then what else could produce something so powerful? One theory quickly captured everyone's imagination: a gigantic unknown sea creature. The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest ocean on Earth. In some places, it reaches depths of more than 11 kilometers. At those depths, sunlight never reaches. The pressure is crushing. Humans have explored only a small portion of the ocean, leaving vast regions still unknown. That raised an exciting question. Could an enormous animal still be hiding down there? Some people compared the bloop to the calls made by whales. Blue whales, the largest animals ever known, can produce incredibly loud sounds that travel for hundreds of kilometers underwater. But researchers noticed something unusual. The bloop appeared even more powerful than the sounds typically produced by blue whales. If an animal had created it, it would have needed to be far larger than any known whale. That possibility fueled endless speculation. The internet creates a monster. As discussions spread across the internet, the theories became even more dramatic. Some claimed the bloop was proof of a prehistoric creature that had survived extinction. Others believed it came from a massive squid, unlike anything ever discovered. One of the most famous theories connected the bloop to Cthulhu, a fictional giant sea creature from horror stories. According to the stories, Cthulhu sleeps beneath the Pacific Ocean, waiting to awaken. Although this idea was entirely fictional, it spread rapidly online because it made for an exciting mystery. Videos, blogs, and documentaries began asking the same question: what if the bloop was never natural at all? Millions of people watched these theories. The mystery became one of the internet's biggest ocean legends. But scientists remained careful. While the public imagined giant monsters, scientists continued investigating. They knew extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. A single mysterious sound wasn't enough to prove that an unknown creature existed. Researchers carefully examined every detail of the recording: its frequency, its duration, its location, its movement through the ocean. Every clue mattered. Some experts suspected underwater volcanic activity. Others examined whether shifting tectonic plates could have produced this signal. Several possibilities were tested, yet none completely explained the recording. For a while, the mystery remained unsolved. Years passed. The bloop continued to appear in documentaries, books, and online discussions. Some people became convinced that governments were hiding the truth. Others believed the answer would never be discovered. But science wasn't finished. New technology, new observations, and years of careful research would eventually reveal an explanation that was just as fascinating as the mystery itself. For years, the bloop remained one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the ocean. Scientists refused to jump to conclusions. Instead of asking, "What do we want to believe?" they asked a more important question: what does the evidence tell us? Researchers returned to the original recording. They studied every second of the sound, its frequency, its volume, its direction, and the exact location where it was detected. As more underwater microphones were installed around the world, scientists began collecting thousands of similar recordings. Slowly, a pattern began to appear, a surprising discovery. Several years after the bloop was first recorded, researchers noticed something unexpected. Some of the newer sounds looked remarkably similar. But this time they knew exactly where they came from. Not from giant animals, not from secret underwater machines. Instead, the sounds were coming from Antarctica. Whenever enormous glaciers cracked apart or massive sheets of ice broke away and scraped against one another, they produced incredibly powerful underwater sounds. These events are called icequakes. Just like earthquakes shake the ground, icequakes shake enormous masses of ice. When millions of tons of ice suddenly fracture or move, they release huge amounts of energy into the ocean. That energy can travel thousands of kilometers underwater. Exactly like the bloop. Nature can be louder than any monster. This discovery surprised many people. Most of us imagine glaciers as silent, but Antarctica is far from quiet. Ice is constantly moving, cracking, breaking, colliding. Sometimes enormous icebergs split away from glaciers. Each event creates powerful sound waves that travel through the deep ocean. To underwater microphones, these sounds can seem mysterious, even frightening. Scientists compared these newer recordings with the bloop. The similarities were striking. The shape of the sound, its frequency, its duration, everything matched remarkably well. The evidence pointed toward one conclusion. The bloop was most likely produced by a massive icequake near Antarctica. Notice the words "most likely." Science is careful. Researchers avoid claiming absolute certainty when the evidence supports a very strong explanation rather than complete proof. That careful approach is one reason scientific discoveries become more reliable over time. The ocean still holds countless secrets. Although the bloop probably wasn't made by a giant sea monster, the mystery revealed something even more amazing. The oceans are still largely unexplored. Scientists estimate that more than 80% of the world's oceans remain unmapped, unobserved, or insufficiently explored. Every year, researchers discover new marine species. Some look so unusual that they seem almost alien. Unknown ecosystems continue to be found in the deepest parts of the sea. Hydrothermal vents support life without sunlight. Creatures survive under crushing pressure where humans cannot. The ocean continues to remind us how much we still have to learn. Perhaps the greatest lesson of the bloop isn't that monsters exist. It's that nature is often far more extraordinary than our imagination. For years, the bloop was one of the world's greatest unsolved mysteries. It inspired countless documentaries, books, and endless debates across the internet. Some believed it was a giant sea monster. Others imagined a lost underwater civilization. A few even thought it was evidence of something beyond human understanding. But as scientists gathered more evidence, a different picture emerged. The most likely explanation wasn't a hidden creature. It was the incredible power of nature itself. Massive glaciers in Antarctica, slowly breaking apart deep within the frozen wilderness, were capable of producing sounds so powerful that they traveled thousands of kilometers through the ocean. In other words, the Earth itself was speaking, and for a brief moment in 1997, humanity heard its voice. But the story doesn't end here. Even if the bloop has a likely scientific explanation, the ocean remains one of the least explored places on Earth. Every year, researchers discover strange new species. Hidden underwater volcanoes continue to reshape the seafloor. Ancient shipwrecks are still waiting to be found. Entire ecosystems exist in complete darkness. Scientists estimate that more than 80% of the ocean remains unexplored. Think about that for a moment. We know more about the surface of Mars than we do about much of our own oceans. That means the next great discovery could happen tomorrow. A new species, a hidden geological wonder, or another mysterious sound that no one can immediately explain. The ocean still keeps many of its secrets, and perhaps that is what makes it so fascinating. As the waves continue to roll across the Pacific Ocean and darkness covers the deepest trenches below, somewhere beneath those silent waters, nature is still creating sounds we've never heard, mysteries we've never solved, and discoveries waiting for the right moment to be revealed. The question is, what will humanity discover next? Enjoyed uncovering the mystery of the Bloop? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Truth Unlocked for more documentaries about history, science, and the world's greatest mysteries. And now we want to hear from you. What do you think? Was the Bloop truly caused by Antarctic ice? Or do you believe there are still unknown secrets hiding in the deep ocean? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep unlocking the truth. Thanks for watching.